Folks, let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Beautiful Crown Music here on the platform. I'm being joined by powerful Jim Conner Sr. And today's edition we're discussing the prediction on upcoming election on Tuesday. Question number 2 is, what is ULA representative doing in Liberia? What moral right do they have in our election? What can they tell the Liberian people? Is ULA in the right standing to monitor our election? What's your take on Joseph Boakai and Joshua presidential bid? We are delve into this conversation and to get your view. You can call the number rolling on the screen 401-654-0146 to give your input. You can also help us to share this platform. But until then, I enjoy the beautiful music, and after that, we'll be discussing the issue. Anthony Boakai running late. He will join us momentarily. Beautiful Crown Music. He said, you don't see in the future, you don't know what happened tomorrow. You can't see tomorrow, you can see in front of you. Today, the Kmart Association in America having their convention today. So we are here in the Ohio, Columbus area. We want to troop in to support them. Congratulations to my man Jeremiah Chie on being appointed as acting Secretary General of ULA. Interim Acting Secretary General. Interim Secretary General. Spencer Carr, Mama, Massa, Cynthia, Brenny, Natalie. Welcome to the conversation. Folks, my name is J. Joshua K. Powell, Senior. Let's drink juice. Kuna what's up, man? We're having a close door conversation. Right after the music, we'll get the conversation, folks. Mary you flow. All right, folks. Let's load the music and get a conversation on. Folks, let me say good morning, good afternoon, and wherever you're watching us from, I want to say thank you for watching and joining us here on the platform to discuss issue unfolding in the motherland and issue that matter most to us. Today, we are discussing your prediction on Tuesday activities. On Tuesday, in Liberia, we will be having millions of Liberians making decisions on the future of Liberia and Liberians. Those few people will be at least approximately 2 million and a couple of hundred. Those people will make decisions for the 5 million people in Liberia. And if you have the right, or if you are eligible to make that decision and decide not to do it, those people will make decisions for you. So tomorrow, on Tuesday, you will show how powerful you are. You will show how important you are. You will show how patriotic you are by waking up early in the morning and go to make that decision. So at that time, you will be powerful. Representative will depend on you. Senator will depend on you. Presidential candidate will depend on you to either sack them or hire them or rehire them. So that is the power that you possess on Tuesday. No matter your political affiliation, no matter where you come from, no matter your color, no matter your tribe, on Tuesday, you will be powerful. You will be known by the world because your decision will take someone to 6 years in power. You will give them that authority to drive big cars, to get security, to get bodyguards, they will make decisions, and they will be very powerful because of what you call your voter card. So on Tuesday, it's nothing to joke with. On Tuesday, you will be the interviewer, you will be the hiring manager on Tuesday. That's how powerful you're gonna be on Tuesday. So I don't want you to take it lightly, especially first time voter. For the first time in your life, you're going to hire a president. You're going to hire a representative. You're going to hire senator. You're going to give them, that authority to lead you for 6 years. What are you going to make with that decision? Like I said, after today and after tomorrow, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for again. Because at that time, I guess you have heard so many messages. I guess you have listened to so many campaign messages. I guess you have listened to so many candidates. What will I do? So you don't need me to tell you again who to vote for, because you have learned, you have listened, and people have convinced you enough. So this time now, it is your time to make use of what you possess, your power. At this time, everybody going to respect you. The senator, the representative, all the candidates, they will respect you because they know that you have the gavel of authority in your hand. You can decide whether Josh Weah would not be retained. You can decide whether Bwaka should be president. You can decide whether Joseph would not be senator anymore. You can decide whether Vincent Estee will not be represented anymore. So that's how powerful you are. The people say, now the 9 day for role, 1 day for master. Tuesday is your day. There's some Nigerian politician who told the people, vote for me. The people voted for him. When he won, for the first 4 years in power, he didn't do anything for the people. Squandered the money, buy car, build horses. So when campaign time, he said, look, I know you voted for me, but I will take care of my family first. I got to settle down myself. But elect me again, then I will take care of you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to elect them again to take care of you? Or are you going to elect new people to bring new development? Or are you going to retain them to continue what they are doing? So the board is senior coach. Chief Koda, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, Mr. J. Joshua K. Power. It's good to be here.
Koda, apparently, all what I was saying, did you hear me?
I did.
Oh, okay. So because apparently I muted my computer, so I thought I was talking about myself.
No, I heard you.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow, Tuesday, I don't know why I would say tomorrow. I mean, in the future, but Tuesday, Liberians, the 2 million Liberians will be powerful. They will make decision. They will decide who get out of poverty, who will make 15,000, then who will make laws, and who will move the news from one end to another. And they will also fire some people. They'll decide what are those people they are not eligible to go by the seat. What is your take on that? How powerful are people when it comes to voting?
Yeah, thank you, Brother Powell. And we've mentioned before, and we continue with our position to the Liberians or the Liberian people that the power to hire a president is in your choice. The power to hire a lawmaker is in your choice. The power to hire, governing bodies, lies in the hands of Liberian people. And that is why we said don't sell your vote so cheap. Because when you sell your vote, you are selling your future. You are empowering somebody to also govern you. You got to know sometimes the decision we make lives after us. So sometimes the bad decision we make becomes our nightmare, and a good decision we make becomes our victory. So I'm telling every Liberian today, if you will watch the video now or after, we want you to know that it's time that you make a wise decision, because the country that we call Liberia is the only place we cannot be deported from. If you travel to any Western country, you went there, whether naturalized or whatever, if you committed an offense that is so intense, they can have you deported regardless of your naturalization. But when you are out of Liberian and in Liberia, you commit any intense crime, they can put you in jail for X number of years, but you cannot be deported because there's nowhere else that is called your home. Liberia is all we got, and as Liberians, it becomes our concern that these elections are critical elections. And so all Liberians honor our voices. We want to encourage you, vote wisely. Do not be influenced by financial, should I say, I'm looking for a beautiful word to put on it, but I haven't found it yet. Do not be influenced by any financial, impression. Let me use that word because we've seen on election days where they said there's no election. We've seen in Liberia on election day, politicians can disguise themselves. They come in taxes, they come in different forms. They be giving people money to still vote for them. Do not allow anybody to change you even on election day because of money. Because when you make them, some of them, like, the analogy that Brother Power just used will tell you, say, oh, when I got elected, I had to put myself together first. And some of them, let me tell you one thing, power, the word power that we give to these people is so strong that some of them can even beat you, they kill you. Because when you give the wrong man the power to control you, power can make people drunk. When you go to religious study, it tells you that power is a very delicate thing. So be choosy, be very mindful who you give it to. Because if you give it to the wrong person, they will break, they'll be whipping you every morning, they'll be whipping you every morning, and then you'll be like, why did I even vote him? And then some of them will tell you, say, you didn't make me, I made myself. You know why they say that? Because they boil you over, because they give you money to vote for them. So they are purchasing you, your right at that moment. And let me tell you one thing, when I buy anything, like the juice I bought in this glass, it become my juice. I can drink it anyway. I want to put it on my head, I can put it on my head. I want to put it on my foot, I can put it anywhere because I bought it. So my advice to you, do not be bought by politicians because they will use the same insinuation that you are being bought and you did not make them, they made themselves through their monies. I will pause for that. I mean, for now, let me let my brother Anthony take up from there.
Anthony, tomorrow, I mean on Tuesday, Liberian will be very powerful. Liberian will decide whether Joshua is president or he's fired. They will decide whether Boubacar will be president or he retire. They'll decide whether uh what's the senior senator name? Forgetting the guy name. Uh
Who?
the guy from the guy
Who?
the
Who?
councillor.
Setoma?
No. I thought about Anthony, the guy from Lofa.
Oh, Steve Zago.
Steve Zago. Powerful Steve Zago. His position is in the hands of the people in Kuraun, people in Vonjima. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the Liberian people will be very, very powerful. What can you tell the Liberian people? What can you tell the young people, first time voter for Tuesday?
Well, thank you very much for this discussion. This discussion is very important today. The young people have been misled so many times, and you will agree with me. One of the misleading information, if your we are telling and say, I will pay your wire fee. So they go in the street and dancing for him, forgetting to know that it's like stealing your money, taking small and give it to you, you dance for it because you are dancing out of ignorance. So the young people have been misled so much. So I will advise them, Jowia did not pay your wire fee. Jowia spend your money. Can you imagine even the PTA, every government student in Liberia is paying money almost $1,000 towards PTA. And that money had gone. Samuel Tuer and Jowia took that money over 17 million and they ate it. There is no account of it. So even if you take that money and pay for the children where you say, I pay it, it's coming, still coming for your pocket. Secondly, do not sell your vote. These guys, just imagine there are people who could not even rent one bedroom apartment. Today they are millionaires. Where did they take the money from? Common sense. And these same people are taking some of that money and giving you $10, you dancing behind them. Why are you doing that? Elect someone that don't have interest in your money. For common example, JMB, number 2. JMB will not steal your money. JMB have been working in government and he wanted to steal when he was young boy wearing the band barrel trousers. That's the time he was to steal your money. JMB did steal your money. JMB will not take anything out of Liberia. JMB get one house he lived inside. He built it before you and myself was born, and he never changed it. Not like the life like George Weah, who came and took over within 6 months. The man have enriched himself. Fire these people on Tuesday. Fire George Weah. When it comes to Steve Zago, Steve Zago is standing in a position that is very, very difficult. And it does not mean when you run on Unity Party ticket in Lofa County, you're going to win. The problem when it comes to the presidency, that is why they are not going to take lightly. But when it comes to senator and representative position, anyone who running in any of that position, please, you have to try. Steve Zago is a good man. I will advise them to vote for Steve Zago. But any of them running in that race, they are all favorite of that particular soil. For me, I don't have problem with them. But when it comes to the presidency, we should retire George Weah and his group. Sir Joseph should be retired. Thomas Fire should be retired. My uncle Thomas Fire should be retired for Lofa County. Let him come home and sit down. That's the only way we will be able to punish them. If we cannot do that, they remain in power. You cannot punish them. You see that Maggie Ronnie in Maggie, he don't want to be punished. When we be in power, we find it difficult. But when we retire them on Tuesday, and I know we're going to retire George Weah. He already retired. We are just waiting for someone to announce it. So we're going to come out Tuesday. Do not waste your vote. Walk out there. Go and vote. Yeah, let's keep the balance money re-election. Yeah, let's keep the balance money for our hospital. Just go and vote for JMB so he can retire George Weah. That's it. That woman will not see your money.
Very, very powerful message. Retire George Weah.
You can retire George Weah. Just how George Weah went to his own home. Just imagine if Mr. Pastor Kunon, if you was running for election, your wife girl and say this man is a bad man or should he vote for? Who going to vote for you? Everybody will start running away. George Weah went to his room, they boo him, they run him out of the place. His own town where he left for say 1974. He played soccer, he never voted there until you're making president. He stole the money and carried there. He told the people to fire me. You know what he told them? Say 1847, he be a road. I mean, you want to bring me. They said, my son, you are our son. Let's retire this man. If the crew people can retire this man, who will not retire him? We will retire George Weah too on Tuesday. Tuesday before 12 p.m., George Weah retire.
Thank you very much. I got some information that people have started going to various counties to vote. They speak to me that the crowd you saw in Morovia or in Mosorado was just a make-up crowd. The real numbers are from the rural area because representatives and senators let's believe that they truck people from Mosorado. So, if that is true, the 2 million voter register, the 2 million people that registered to vote, we might not even get that number come election day because not many people will be able to go back to where they register. So it is a serious issue. And you know, these are the places that will say, oh, they cheat, oh, they don't cheat. Because the voter registration, let's say 2-point-something million people registered voter. But we forget to know that those people they were trucked yesterday. Now the election is coming. Somebody may ask me all the money, what they credit. They get Mike to carry the poll back, and they will not have the voting right. What is your take, Koda?
Okay, so if you remember, there was a time I had a podcast. I think I came twice or three times, and I was warning against trucking of, you know, the would-be voters. I said it was a bad idea because when you truck people, you disenfranchise them. Because number one, they belong to a constituent according to the population census that have aligned into a particular area where they're supposed to be benefited by selecting a representative for that area. So if you take them from over there, they have been disenfranchised. There, their right to determine who becomes the person to represent them is not available anymore. You take them to a place where they probably are not from. I know in Liberia, our constitution says you can register anywhere to vote as a Liberian, right? It gives you the right to select a president, but it does not give you the right to select a representative because if you selected, for instance, Brother Tony Bwaka is from Lofa County and he got trucked to Bomi County to come register and vote for me. He's making me lawmaker for Bomi County and not Lofa. So his decision to make the appropriate person the lawmaker in Lofa is going to be abused. And so we frown at it, we condemn it in the strongest term. The only thing I know for sure, Joshua, would be these guys who did the trucking, these guys knew what they were doing. And if you think these guys trucked and they did not want to win elections, these guys did not just truck these people. They spend money on trucking them. So even if they're gone down, some of them will still credit all the money they can. We've seen this over and again. Let me tell you from worst case scenario, Josh, the only time I have seen these things become a problem is when there are run-ups. But in the first phase, Joshua, believe me, these guys that did the trucking will still truck these people because they are in constant contact with these people. They took them from one point to another point. This is not supportive. This is not a supportive concept. But I'm telling you because we've seen it before. You were there. I was there. We've seen it before. These guys that started, even though they were broke, I mean, they are broke, but they will still manage to take these people back because they want to get elected. Should these guys fail to get elected, then the problem would be if there is a runoff, it becomes a problem. Worst case scenario, if they don't show up, it reduces the vote turnout. But Joshua, the era where it's normal, it's part of electoral processes. There are times, even if the people that register in their own era, all of them will not show up. They got people that abstain from voting. They got people that they will say, I registered not because I wanted to vote. I just registered because I wanted to have the voter registration card. So with auto mindset, there will always be people that will refrain from voting regardless of whether they were transported from one end to another. So not having everybody turn out in an electionary process is normal. But the only thing that is not normal is when there is a fraud. And how do we notice fraud? In these processes, Joshua, it's hard to cheat and it's easy to cheat depending on the way people perceive the whole process. One, we have the FRR. The FRR, because not like this process, because this is one of the most condemnable process of all elections that we've had in Liberia. This is one of the condemnable process. Very condemned. The entire process is a wreck. Before, when voter registrations were done, the FRR were presented months before, and people go verify their name for misspelling, for or maybe image on recognition or whatever. They did all of these things, and then when they verify, when people go after the verification, then NEC come out with the FRR. NEC did not even do any verification, then they came out with FRR. So that even makes the process more even detrimental, because number one, why if Joshua Power name is not spelled properly on the FRR, but then on the voter registration card, his name is properly, is spelled properly? What happens when he goes to vote? There's a discrepancy right there. These are election, these are processes that should have been solved before the election. So if they were not solved before the election, you can't solve it on election day. So what happened is that the detector intent of fraud can be suspected from all of the angles. Because if Joshua King, he voted and his card got perforated, there should be a check mark against his name on the FRR. You see, the registrar will check his name to say they got a vote, and his card has been perforated, and the indelible ink is placed on his finger as a way of determining that this person has voted. But if the names were duplicated, and this is the thing we were afraid of, Joshua, having a biometric system and then having duplication, Liberia is so prolific, bro. Liberia is one of the first countries that have duplicated a biometric system in this particular voter registration, where people using face recognition and fingerprint, and then it gets duplicated. This is scary. This tells you that the process in Liberia by itself, from the censor to the voter registration to now, has not been credible. But because we want peace, we say any way you're doing, we stay carry on the vote, and we make sure our people turn out to vote. The only thing we make sure that people can do is to convert or divert the votes of the people, you know, and you see. So I want to stop over there. Maybe we can beat around it because there are other things further I want to do it on when it comes to the processes, and I want to speak to our people in Liberia when it comes to this. Joshua, this is an experience. If political parties don't shine their eyes with their representatives they're sending, let me tell you, people can sway our elderly voters. These people, when they go to the booth, they say your vote is confidentiality. It is supposed to be between you and the ballot box. But if this person is not literate enough to know who to vote for, sometimes, according to the election proceeding, the person has the right to bring somebody as an aide. And whoever the aide is, if this person came to vote, for instance, I was in Bon County, this woman only spoke Pele. I understand Pele though. When she came, she spoke Pele. I was the presiding officer to that police. And then the woman said, the only person the woman went to vote for was not even president, was for the senators. So she said, I came to vote for Mama Hawa. Then I said, Mama Hawa? She said, yeah. In Pele. Now I said, and then I reconsidered that Joel Howard Taylor was the person they called Mama Hawa during the elections in Bon County when she contested for for senator. Now, let me tell you the thing. The guy who went in the booth, when I told him, please carry the Oman, you know, because I was still dealing with the queue, this guy went and then took the woman and made a woman to vote for another candidate because the woman did not even know who she was voting for. All she knows that the person that's helping her knows her intention because she declared it. And this person went and mistakenly intentionally diverted the woman vote. So the person got caught. When he got caught, because I went there, I said, let me see the woman voting papers. Then I asked the woman, President, who you want? The woman called the president name. And when I check on the paper, a different person, the person wanted. The woman said, I don't even know who all the president is. I call all the people, the woman said, okay, give me this person. Then I said, Senator, the person, the woman said, Mama Hawa. I look on the ballot paper, this guy has selected a different person. I knew there was a discrepancy right there. I called the police arrested him, and then we alerted our supervisors about him. He was removed from that prison. And why did I bring it up, Joshua? Because in these processes, these things are going to happen. These people who go in to vote, if they don't know the candidates, and they probably will not know the candidates because some of them have not even seen them before, but they make up their mind on who to vote for. Some of them will even want to vote for Josh Weah, but they might not even know Josh Weah. Some of them want to vote for Boakai, they might not know Boakai. Let the poll watchers be alerted. Because some of these guys that are doing the election work, they are very cruel. They will divert the votes of these people. Let me pause for now.
Antonin. So in 2020, the CDC against the CPP at the time, the citizen of Bombing make a roadblock at Clay Junction, stopping every NTA bus for entering bombing. Whether you go and buy oil bombing, you not go there because it was 1 week or a day to election. Do you think we should do that again? Should citizens stop trucking from coming to the because like what Anthony was saying and Jim was saying, if I carry 2,000 people in my district and they vote for me, the people, the original inhabitant of that district, I don't owe them anything because I've already bought my vote. They got nothing. I got nothing to do with them, and the benefit that supposed to come to that district, they got no impact. They did not vote for me. I brought my own vote. So we go back to the double justice system where citizens will say, you know, I mean, no truck coming in our city today. Nobody can like the white people were did 2020.
Well, for me, we cannot do that in this election right now because they already did the registration. I would just think that after this election, there should be a law that will pass that you will only vote in the country where you are and where you live, because our law just leave it open that people can go anywhere they vote. So trucking is a very serious issue. And like Mr. Power was just saying, when it comes to the trucking issues, some people went to suffer. Like for Morovia alone to Lofa, Mendekoma, Foya, more than 50 trucks come off at carry. And now the road is very, very bad. Some of these people will even be afraid to ride truck and to go over there. So some people going to lose. Some people going to lose. Because if you don't have that population where you really relying on them to say, when these people, I will get people from my community, but these other people will make my vote more because representative position and senatorial position is just a simple majority. You are fighting for this. But if you can get these people to Lofa County now, I'm just using Lofa County as an example. If you can get these people to Lofa County at this point, they can't even pass Zozo. Because from Bon County to Zozo is better. But from Zozo even to Vonyabada, maybe that 2 days you're going to spend over there. So those are going to vote in Foya, maybe on their way going, or whatever the case may be, they might be on their way. What happened? And that was a good question. The person that trucked these people, if that happened, that person happened to lose the election, will that person be able to truck there again for rerun? They're not going to truck them. So those people will not vote. So civil education is very important. If someone take you from Foya and tell you, come and register in Kolahon, so what is the number? That representative will get a vote because they pay you. However, when you are in a position now, you don't care whether they pay you. You are there for 6 years. If you don't do good, you will run champion like Joria. Because when you in power, if you don't do the right thing, you get a lot of work to do. Convincing people, you want to talk to them, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but you are able to do it. But if you do the right thing, you don't worry about election. You can leave it open. You will see what will happen. People will look at what you have done, and then they will vote you. So right now, this election on Tuesday, I pray that I let it ring like tomorrow, tonight, the whole night, tomorrow, whole night. No car will go Vonyama. So those are talking people. They're not going to get anybody. This guy will not do it because when you see the car, the way the fronting in the month, you will say, no, I'm not going to kill myself for anybody. I'm going to stay. And that person money gone, everything about them gone. We just need to educate our people. This are happening now. But we shouldn't allow this to happen the next time. Where you are, register there and vote for your representative or your president. Register there. But it's really wrong. Why would you take people from Morovia and carry them to bombing? When you win election, why you have to tell our people? Okay. What happened if you put when the last time what happened in Foya on Friday? You left Morovia because somebody paid you $10, telling you, say, when I win election, I will give you $100. You left Morovia, you went as far as Foya. Something went wrong. How can you run from Foya to Morovia? Right. How can you? So Common sense. It's really giving a hard time. But people are manipulating our people just with money when they show money. And when you are hungry, someone show you money, it's difficult for you to say no. It's difficult for you to say no. But this time around, people should be educated to this. But this election is going to be tough. Some people will hear the result that they will not like it. But you can't just do anything. Like this man said, he know about election. Our part of election in America here, Franklin County, and especially for the Democrat, whenever we are, the precinct center that you are assigned, is something happen or somebody they don't understand what to do on the machine, they can call you as a Democrat representative and they can call Republican. All of you people can go settle the dispute. I was on that board. Is the thing is where unique, it's organized. And guess what? The same thing that happen in our country, there can be problem. You will have to sit down and resolve it. You see? And just what Power said, some people will be there because there are some older people that will come. I don't even know what to do. I don't know who am I going to vote for. For the presidency, they know those people, there are two people, but any other one representing George, what, they don't care. Some of them, when they go behind the place there to the machine, with are they pressing you one year, they put their finger on it. And once you put your finger on it, at the end of the day, they say submit. That's gone. So you cannot do those kind of things. So to avoid that, you will have a Republican guy, you will have a Democrat guy. And I was on the side of the Democrat, and we have a lot of cases. Up to now, they poke any election, they send me email and they call me direct for me to go. I can tell them because it's a long hour. From 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., you're standing on your feet in that place. So the hard I withdraw from their job is very hard. But we need to encourage our brethren, especially to avoid election violence. It's not good for us. We are all the same.
Let me just pick in one of your statements. You said voter education is very important. We just ended the Basel Convention in Indiana, and the election, the guy who lost the election, the invalid vote were more than the individual who contested to be president. In America, we have more invalid vote, and the numbers of the invalid vote were more than the candidate who are contesting to be president. One more about our people who gets angry politically and want to do anything. They want to plug Joseph Boakai, they want to call Jawia here from there. They want to. So
Jawia here.
So there will be lots of invalid vote that will make somebody to win. So Kuran, talking about voter education, what can our people learn? You've been in the electoral process. What are the reasons for this invalid vote?
Yeah, the number one, like what Brother Boakai was saying, is voter education. To be frank with you, when you consider from the time the native men started voting in Liberia, from those years to current, our foreparents were not educated on how to vote. So most of the times the election got closer, and then we just pass around with loudspeaker and talk to the people. So the only thing we feel is better. Voter education should be from community to community. It should be a community-based project. Because Joshua, you see what happened most of the time, the people go when they put their fingerprint in the indelible ink or whatever ink they have there to put on the ballot paper. Those people don't even know how to place their fingers in this little cubicle or that little square box that is given for a particular candidate. Some of them will put it, anyhow. They'll put their big print, probably on the head of the person, and then you look at the size of the finger extending to another candidate. That's one. When some of them using pen, even the very educated one, they're using pen out of the anxiety of who they want so much that when they check in, they just check Huawei and it extends to another person. People need to be educated to know that, even the old people that didn't go to school, to know that if you were to put your finger not cross any line, the small box that people say you must put your hand in, or you must mark the mark in, you must put check mark, or you must put A, or whatever thing you want to put against that person, do it in the space of that box. If any small part of it leave out of that box, the election of how you call it, the prison presiding officer will not know the intention of that person, regardless of how much percentage of that particular check mark or fingerprint is in the other person box. The moment it extended beyond the box, it becomes invalid. And some of the people do these things unknowingly. They don't even know that they are voting. Who will want to move from their house, go stay in the line from morning to evening, probably have the opportunity to vote, and go vote invalid? Nobody wants to do that. But because sometimes some of them don't have the requisite education on how to do it, they do it wrongly. And every time they do it wrongly, the presiding officer could want to be reasonable, but because he's not in the minds of the political representatives or the political party representatives, he can say, even though this thing crossed here, but you can see that 95% were for George Weah, so the other 5% went in Joseph. No. You can't determine that. Once the election law says, once it crosses out of that box, that particular vote becomes an invalid vote. So how to curtail it, Joshua, is to have a community base, is to have a community-based voter registration. A community-based voter registration will help the people in our various vernaculars. If I went to Bomi County, I took the ballot paper and I spoke Gola. I told the people, I've done some go kuyeleo ma singa on fay adana be make kiyomo ayin gbian be basua wo ma yin ja on fire dien so mu ja on fire dien ko be dwa ba mu yen kiyomo do. I will speak the Gola, Peter will speak the Pele, the Bassa, the Bandi, the everything. All of us, we will be able to educate our people in our local tribes. I bet you, brother, other than Peter Bala and Balawala that have gained project from NEC before, passing around doing voter registration in drama, there have been no local, dialect education from community to community other than radio programs to educate the Liberian people. And staying on the radio is not visual. The people don't see you, they only hear you. So when you're telling the people how to vote on the radio, they cannot visualize it. But if you're demonstrating on the ballot paper before them in the community area, like you see all the candidates campaigning now, they will take their ballot paper a day. At number 10, you see here, you check from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 at me. You come from here, you check maybe 19, 10 at me. Those are the kind of awarenesses we're supposed to create for the people on how to vote. Let me pause.
Let me just come in because our people, maybe election day is a stress by itself. People are leaving maybe 5 o'clock, whatever time of day they will be standing online. It's a stress about itself. Some people are hungry, and whatever the case may be, and we agree that majority of our people are not that educated. They want to use their pen or maybe finger and whatever the case may be. So ask about this. If we could sit down, we say, okay, let's say that Simple Bridge area, right? I know that is District 1. You are meter. Simple Bridge area, or mute yourself. Simple Bridge area, let's just say that maybe you have 4 or 5 representatives, then you will just have, you printed a Bible, right? That you said Unity Party. Joseph Boakai is maybe on top. and you have a representative that registered under Unity Party on a particular ballot box, on a particular paper. Are you getting what I'm saying? Then you check there, you see CDC. You check on the other side, you see ANC. So it's like if we get 20 candidates, out of that 20 candidates, we have 20 of these people. Unity Party, you will only see JMB on top as a president, the vice president bureau there, and their representative if you get to Simple Bridge. If you get to Central Morovia, if I wonder you get to what I'm saying. So all each of these people, if my grandmother came and only pick this paper, and they say that JMB I want to vote for, under JMB, you will see his vice president and under that representative that in that particular district that want to that is running on that ticket, you will see the people line up. When somebody get into CDC, they will see Joe Weir. They see if they took ANC or CPP, they will see Arizona Cummings and their representative or not. So that one, it will completely eliminate or minimize some of those problems that we are facing. Because you're not going to make mistakes. Even you want to cross the whole thing, that's good for you. Why you
So,
think?
I think this is a new. I have always been concerned about valid vote and invalid vote. But what couldn't just explain to me?
Mhm.
It rings a lot of bell to me. So can we see this? Can we see that? Could
Yeah, I seen the
All
correct
right.
one and I see X.
Yeah. So Kuna is saying if this my check mark,
Yeah.
if it get outside of this bus, they don't determine whether it's for Josh Weir or for Bwaka.
No.
So
No,
based
that's not what Kona said. If that check mark run into the X from there, because if the X from
no, but you know, Kuna said once the check mark leave this box, once it leave this box, it's invalid.
No,
Because-
can I verify that?
Yeah,
no, that's not true.
Okay, let's assume we have 20 candidates,
yeah.
and I'm voting for candidate number 2, who is on the ballot paper.
JMB.
Right above candidate number 1 is candidate number 2. So if that particular checklist or check mark extended above candidate number 2 is going to candidate number 1 box.
Yes, that's it.
So that means that extension cannot determine the intention of the candidate. I mean the voter. So at that time, it becomes invalid because the checklist extended into another candidate checkbox. So it's invalid, regardless of where the greater portion of that particular mark lies. It's invalid. That's what I meant.
So while I was saying power, you are not there. I'm saying we have Simple Bridge, we have another representative whatsoever. You just have, if you printed of people, this is JMB. Everyone that running under Unity Party will be under JMB. You have people for CDC, you have people for ANC. So when they choose that particular people, whatever they call, there will be no invalid vote.
Also, so you want vote off.
It will not be vote one, vote or 11 with you now, because it is possible that I can take JNB people and only vote for JNB. Then I take people from the other side and only vote for the representative. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I'm not going to have JNB. I'm not going to have CDC, how we call it, Joe Weir, Mr. Cummings. I'm not going to have them on the other days. So if I choose to vote for JNB, this paper is just still only for JNB. For example, during election time here, you see the paper Democrat and Republican can print. They will have their president and they have all represented under that particular party. All those are from their party. You will see them listed. Are you getting it? So they will give it to you that when you are voting, you will be looking at it and looking on the machine to see this person picture is the one I'm looking for. This person is the one that I'm looking for. Once I see Democrats that go. But in fact, our people are not that educated to that. So when you take this paper When you can't, you say, oh, because the old man then will definitely tell that broker I want, we take the paper and give it to you. Right? So if you are voting for broker, if you decide to just check everybody over there, it will be the vote one, vote all. But then people who are educated, they will vote one and they vote another person. So I think the invalid vote it need more education. I don't know whether they were able to do that this year. I'm not fully aware of that because this year there's a lot of irregularity. We don't just know how it went to end, but there's a lot of irregularities. So I just think that people can use maybe 2029, people will have to use different method. Like he's saying, we can go in our various homes, in our various community, we start to speak our vernacular. You see this when you go, do not do this. Even if you want to dab your Kennedy face, that one we know that the Kennedy you want. But at least it shouldn't extend to another person place so that conflict can be there. Especially if I'm losing and I'm a push washer for George Weah and he is losing. If I see that you extended a little mark into Joey, I say, but that Joey, the woman one day, they person just made mistake. So I think I will be, looking at, we'll be looking at that in the 2029. Those that will be successful to run again, we'll be looking at that for some voter education. But there was no voter education. No, but you cannot put X to
All right.
You should have put correct mark to
No, I just put both X. I didn't want to. I just want for people to get a clear understanding. Could I want you to look at the screen? So that's Josh Weah on the right, JMB on the left, or where all your left and your right is. In my understanding, Conan is saying that once my X extend outside of that Josh Weah bus, they can determine whether that extension is for Josh Weah or
no. You still want to you are
No.
insinuating what I'm not saying.
You say not saying the truth.
Yeah.
Let me say it again.
Explain to me, yeah.
You can mark your X or your check mark out of the bus on the head of the candidate anywhere in the line that does not cross to another candidate's space. Is valid. But as long as that mark that you stretched extends to another candidate's box, it becomes invalid. So, for instance, this particular mark for Josh Weah does not extend into another candidate box. That is, if the extension here, there is no other candidate there, that's a valid vote. That vote is for Josh Weah. But if there is another box right here for candidate P, and then the person extended into candidate P box, it becomes an invalid vote. That's what I meant.
If Cummings were in the center here, then this Josh Weah person were process or enter Cummings box, then that become invalid. Cummings will claim it, and Josh Weah claim it, so we consider it as invalid.
And another thing, Joshua, just to add up to what we're saying, if, for instance, the check box is before the candidate name, and then you put your fingerprint like this, poop, it extends from the candidate name to the check box, it's still a valid vote because it is still on one candidate. Once it does not extend out of the corridor of that candidate's own boxes, it's considered valid. But if it extends out of that box and to another candidate's space, it becomes invalid.
Thank you.
And we see those most of the time in all the Liberian elections. Most of the invalid votes are those things: the extension into another candidate box, the extension into other candidate box. Putting a fingerprint like this that is probably on two candidate heads. Because if we got too many candidates, you agree that the pictures would be narrow. They will zoom them so narrowly, that people might not even know how to identify them sometimes, But the key thing is, and I want to agree with
Adolphus,
so to speak, making it clear is that when the voter intention is not known, because extension into according to the election laws governing poll watching, if the extension of your check mark or fingerprint, whatever, extends into another candidate's space, your intention is undefined because we do not know where it falls. We cannot determine you know, who the vote is for, especially where it is extending into another candidate's space. So to do everything, it becomes invalid.
Thank you very much. At least I have a clear understanding of
So
what.
who are the observer? I'm seeing
Yeah, yeah,
on here. You what?
yeah. So that would be our next talking point. So next talking point, guys. And yesterday, immediately the posted that thing from Eula page, and for people who just joining us and don't understand why we are lashing at Eula, going to send representatives to Liberia to observe the election. This is the background. So in September last month, September 16th for that matter, UDA had a national convention, which is required by law to elect a new court officer. UDA went to the election, they could not conduct themselves, and the election was cancelled. In ULA constitution, there is nothing there for, there's no provision to rectify a cancelled election and everything. So it was a new phenomenon today. As we speak now, just yesterday before the board conducted or appointed new interim leadership. In the same vein, the ULA sent representative to Liberia to observe our election. We don't even know these people that are going to Liberia, whether that the board sent them or that the president that did not conduct the election, that we don't know whether he's still functioning, because according to the board, they are in charge. According to the president, he's in charge. So ULA is in confusion. ULA is in disarray. But yet, they send observers. Let me put a picture of so I will see it. These are the ULA observer. I call it 2023 General Election Observer. These two people are being sent to Liberia to represent us in the diaspora. These people who could not conduct their own election, who we don't even know whether they are even legit to represent us. We don't even know how their trade was being sponsored, who sent them. We don't even know. But these people, they're going to Liberia to represent us. What message are they carrying to Liberia? What are they going to? Okay, so let's say there was a fraud. Can these people make a decision? Can they say anything about by election, about what message is UDA going to take to Liberia? These people who pay their way, who send them, under what authority? Is it by the board or Shehu? Because the board says he's in charge. Shehu says he's in charge. As far as we are concerned, ULA is in confusion. These people, this is the vice president. The lady is the vice president of I know the former vice president or vice president, because they know how the election. So they have up to this month, the 30th, to still be in power. So she's the vice president. So she's in Liberia. Who sent them? What they're going to do there? They are from one of the world's best democratic practice country, the United States. But they could not conduct themselves to have an election. But they're going to Liberia to represent you, myself. Waka, you want to take it first?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm still frightened, to I've been looking at them. You said she is a vice president, right?
Yeah.
I know Kamara Host. She is a vice president. And they said they are going as an observer.
Yeah.
And what message will they portray to the Liberians people?
Mm-hmm.
You see, I told you before in one of our conversations, I told you, seeing the dead body of an elephant does not classify you as an old person. Maybe you live in a better forest, that elephant come in time, and those children that were born in Morovia today, if you tell them, they will tell you, say, we never see that one yet. So that doesn't mean these people be in power, living in the world's best democratic country. That does not change anything if they don't change their mind and attitude. We have to change our mind and attitude towards ourselves in our country. The people that were going to vote on that day in September were 3,000. And these people were not able to conduct that election. So they are going to look at people who are voting 2.5 million people. What are you going to tell the people? You don't get no moral value, nothing you can tell the people. Because you were conducting the election that will not even be equivalent to 2,000 people. You failed to conduct that particular election. Now you are going to people who are going to conduct the election about 2.5 million. That what's it? What will you say? What observation did you carry on when you didn't even face your house? You didn't face your house, you went to face another person's house. Who carried you? Who asked you to go? And which country are you going? Morovia? They tell you say when Chiti going on in election that in Morovia? Are they going to Grand Cru? No. Are they going to Lofa County? No. They will just go to GW Gazing and other school around there. They say Eula were represented. No, let me tell you, the old hands in Eula need to be completely, Eula need to be overhauled, and all these people need to be changed. They need to be retired. It can be bold. They just appointed board members. Interim leadership. And with all the board, they always there, they were not able to conduct the election. So now there is an interim leadership. Are they going to tell the Liberian people you forget about the election so we can appoint the interim leadership? Is that what they carry?
Very good question. Very good question.
Is that why they will tell us? Oh, yeah, they call ECWA to come in so they can have an interim leadership, because we ourselves, when it happened, just about maybe 1,000 people or 50 people were not able to conduct the election for the people in America. We are the one that came here. We represent you guys are just representing yourself. You're not representing us. Maybe they pay their own way to go there. So the coefficient in Europe, it go way back. And this same coefficient is in all the states. It's not only Europe. So if the head gets rotting, anything that affects the head, it will affect the neck. So now Europe is in trouble. So when you enter in some of those states, their organization also having trouble. So what can we tell the people that are in Liberia? We say we came here. We came to the muddy world. We have opportunity to go to school, to go change the world, to go change our environment. But then instead of carrying light to our environment, we are carrying more darkness there. The people sat down here, they requested the government to give them money so they will implement projects, but they didn't carry money there. They were asking the people for money for them to go implement projects. While other people are robbing around here, getting money and carrying it to their country. But we are taking it for our country. Those that go there, they want their allowance, they want their rent, they want car rent, every other thing they want it. So what change are we preaching for? So it's difficult. You don't have no face in Liberia right now during our election, unless they give the people chance to do their election. Maybe when they come, we put our houses together here and we start doing something better. You can have a face. But one question: what did people come here for? Who's senior? Who is the leader? Did people conduct the election? No, we did not conduct the election. We still want to be in power. So we have an interim government. So in Liberia now, you'll be thinking about interim government. May God forgive them. But these people are not doing anything better.
Kuna, these people right here, this is the vice president of Melvina. I don't know the gentleman name, but in September, you and I were just on the same platform discussing the failed election of ULAC and serious confusion between the board and the leadership. Once the election was cancelled, the board said they were in charge, and a few days, one day after, the president also wrote that he was also in charge and had 30 days to run. While they are in this rigmarole, we have a fraction in ULAC. The president still feel legit. The board still feel powerful. The board expire September 17 at 11:59.
The board.
The board. Before September 11:59, I had a privileged information. A good friend of mine called me and said the board convenes an election among themselves and extended his time without the due process. So the board extended his time. The president said he still got time. This guy, they are in confusion. Liberia has an election on Tuesday. These people going to Liberia. Who approve of the travel? Who are they going to represent? Because as far as we are concerned, there was no election, so there's no government. We don't even know who is in power right now. But these people, they are in Liberia to go and observe a national election. Now, Baka was saying, if our election ends into chaos, what will they tell the people? Oh, we just have our own too, man. You know, nothing can always so we can have it. So, your take. I don't know one question to ask you, my brother.
Oh my God.
Let me play the devil advocate a little bit, especially to you, Joshua. Few weeks ago, me and you and a couple of other people were sitting in a chat room or in a particular office space advocating for us to cement our broken pieces in Columbus. When the major stakeholders to these events show up as observers. And the first thing I felt that was a disservice to the nature of the gathering. Like almost like during the war, UN call all the warring faction heads and say you'll come to the meeting. The people that are supposed to sign the document are major people to speak to the events. And men like Chatera in the by the people don't know Chatera. And Chatera say I observer to the process. Then we say, okay, but then when we conclude on the discussion today, who's supposed to sign a paper? Then somebody say, but Chatera is supposed to sign a paper. But if Chatera is not here in his capacity as the rebel leader for MPFL, Chatera be signing a paper as the head when he's here as an observer. The observer does not have the right that the main participant to the conflict resolution will have because they are the major stakeholders. And y'all sat down here allow people to play on us like that. I don't see it being a bad thing though. Because the first thing I heard was that people said I was disturbing because I was holding on to this major person coming to tell us that they were the major stakeholder by calling your name and position. Be that as it may, that's the same thing I see here. You have not been a representative of recent. The viability of this organization have been down the drain. Totally, it has been totally discredited. The current leadership of UDA have stirred up chaos in distinguished Liberian communities over the length and breadth of the USA. Their incapacitation to even cement broken pieces of Liberian communities in other states, but rather fractionalize their participation to the event or to the incidences, makes us feel that this particular leadership is incapable. It's in my mind, and I told you guys before, and I'm mad that people like Duffer sued and left because knowing a Duffer sued, the spirit he got, the spirit I got, he myself we like crazy men. When we hold something, when we push in it, we push it with our might and vigor. So if somebody like Duffer Sewell was backing me during the time of some of the arguments, I know we would have gone far. And my reason was because there are sometimes gentility is not the solution, brother. It's staunch advocacy. If in a situation of crisis, the leadership is not recognizable anymore, the board is not even functioning, the organization has the right to send a letter through the board to the election commission and revoke the membership of these people that are under the emblem of the organization. That was the first thing. Recall them. If they want to take part into the process, let them go as Liberian and hang with any political party or any other organization to observe the elections. But EULA is in disarray. Under this particular nomenclature, EULA does not have its full mandate to send somebody out, especially under the current leadership, to participate into elections as observer. They are not representing the interest of the Liberian people, because you know what? You are a representative of a notable organization in Columbus. You are a representative of a notable organization in the United States, a Liberian organization, so to speak. If we don't recognize the appointment and the referral of these people to the National Election Commissions of Liberia, why are they even there? At least to talk about the role they will play. They shouldn't be there. There's something called communication writing. The people recognize the particular organization. That is why when they went there as representatives, the election commission honored them and what? Certify them. So it can be revoked. Or I mean not revoked, but revoked. That's what the word. That's the word. It can be revoked. A letter can go back to revoke them or revoke their representation, brother. I don't know why till now the board that is the governing arm in the times of crisis is still sitting and saying we didn't send them, but they're representing you. Whether you didn't send them or not, they are using the emblem of the organization. There should have been an official communication sent to NEC. These people are not sent by us. We want you to revoke their representation status because we didn't send anybody. Our organization is not in a position to send observer right now. The board.
Let me know that. How would the board send that letter? Well, even the board is not even sitting right. The people say they don't recognize the board. The board said the board expired at 11:59 September 17.
Who is governing the organization now?
The board said they're in power. So we are in a serious trouble here. The president don't recognize the board. The board don't recognize the president.
Joe, Josh, this is I don't know what the word to use, but this is foolish. Because if the board that's supposed to govern the organization in the absence of the president and his appointees or whatever is not recognized by the organization, I don't know the constitution of EULA that in such of chaos, in times of chaos, who's supposed to, what kind of anonymous body is supposed to govern the organization to take it to election? I think the Constitution has the solution to this problem, which we don't know.
So that Constitution need review. There is no provision if there is a cancellation of election. They never thought on that. There's nothing there. So when are the guys, they are just using their own technique. They don't have that.
So Joshua, if you ask my Kenny opinion about this, before Brother Tony comes in, then I would say let the people do their thing, because if there is nobody that can govern the organization in the absence of the board and this one, because of the chaos going on, even the election commission, because some constitution will say if there is a chaos where the elected officials cannot, operate, the election commission shall govern the institution until elections are held, or the election commission shall appoint. Something like that's supposed to be enshrined in the constitution. But if it is not there, and the whole constitution is vague, so let the people go and represent. And let me remind you lastly, Brother Tony, before you come in, credibility is not a bad thing right now for us in Liberia. You know why I say that? Because Joshua, I know you are sedition. I'm an opposition. I'm an opposition that does not belong to a particular political party. I just want George Weah unseated. That's all. So, in my opinion, George Weah did not hold a credible census in our electionary processes. After every 10 years, when census is supposed to be conducted, that census must be conducted, and the census results should be published, accepted, and adopted into the archives of the nation history. And that census result will be used by NEC for the real political demarcations, and all the new districts that are created by virtue of the census will be redemarcated and named before the voter process starts. And all of these things were frauds. They never went on rightly. But the same president that created all of these incapable situations, we still give him the credit. So I don't see anything wrong with Eula being in chaos and going to represent us. George Weah did all the bad things, even down to the electionary process that he has broken down and made everything look stupid, but we still think that George Weah is the right man to govern the nation. So why should it be a problem? Let Eula representative represent. Number one, they don't have any voice to change the results of the election. Their observation into the election cannot determine the results of the election by any means. Right, so we know there will be nothing like interim body, God forbid, because we know the elections will go on, and we know if nobody is summoned to the 50+1, there will be a by-election. So whoever they are, they can even go in more than 10. They cannot impact the election results. Always, we observers go to the elections. They only write and give fundings. Their funding sometimes are not even adhered to. So I don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion.
So this is the last talking point. I believe Bogart is a unity party. I don't want to say supporter, but he support JMB.
Okay, yeah, that's a right one.
Yeah, so Bogart support JMB. That is clear. I support George Weah. That's clear. We don't know Conan position, but Conan don't want George Weah to be president.
That's all. Nobody.
Even before you were elected 2017. So now the question for today is, what is your prediction? And this is our last talking point, and then we'll call it a day. What is your prediction on Tuesday? Who's going to be the next president? Who will be re-elected? Who will be elected? Or who are the strange face? So to speak, we have major contender, tiny contender. And I came up with the conclusion based on the cry I saw on last Saturday. Kumi put a cry. You know, I was always overlooking Kumi, you know, but Kumi did well. So we want to put you into that third place position for this election. Gentlemen, any one of you can start first. What do you think?
You said Cummings, you are overlooking Cummings, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have drew my conclusion that the election going to be between Boakai and George Weah. But the number of people I saw coming up for Cummings, it made me conclude that Cummings still got some, you know, some urge. So that's why you see the flyer. We don't got 3% on it. And trust me, if the election result come tomorrow, one of these gentlemen will be president. So we want to limit our prediction to these 3 people. What is your prediction on Tuesday? Who the Liberian people going to please don't be sentimental. Be fair to the Liberian people.
Why will you tell me I shouldn't be sentimental? You can't judge me. No, what they 3 good gentlemen, son of the soil. You know, the arrangement is just what I have problem with little bit. The arrangement.
Oh, look at the number, man. I got 18, 2, and 4.
No, that's the arrangement I have problem with. So two can be fresh. Maybe 18 come to the 2 position as we did it. Maybe because definitely Alexander Cummings will stay maintain his 3rd place position.
Right.
He's not going to cross over there because the person we thought that could do little thing to shake Alexander Cummings was Dr. Moriba, but he is not going anywhere. So Alexander Cummings will stay maintain his old position as 3rd place winner.
Wait, let me just hold you there. Do you know that this Dr. Moriba guy he's pulling crowd though? I mean, he doesn't have that number like that, but I think he got crowd more than Simeon Freeman. I think he got crowd more than even Gonglo.
This is what I'm saying. Moriba, from the life of Moriba all the way down, we are dealing with 3 major contenders.
Right.
These are the 3 guys that are in the race. You understand? Moriba, Simeon Freeman. You got a lot of names. I don't even know them. So if you really ask me to call, maybe I might call just 5 of them. because I remember Gongro and Moniba, including the 3 guys. So the other 15, I don't know where they come from. But even okay, Mr. Sherry, I know Sherry or Kamal Rosini, right? They got from
yeah,
Akko.
the guy from Akko.
Yeah, the guy from Akko. So Kumi should be
yeah.
worried. Kumi should be worried about the guy from Akko.
Yeah, Akko got number 2. That's right.
If not, this man going to demote Kumi to 4th place. The guy from Akko. So when it comes to prediction, I'm not very, very sure that the first round anyone can win it.
Okay.
Although people are going passing around and tell you that one time hit, I don't really believe that because of the number of people involved. If it was just the 3 guys, there's a possibility that somebody could win the first round.
Right.
But then having those number of people, and each of them, even if you don't get in your community, but your household will still vote for you anyway, and that reducing the number.
Yeah.
You get it? Simeon Fremont and the life of other people, that reducing the number. And one thing I want to tell you is on the 17th of September, the number of people JMB brought out, those are fair play people that came out under that ring. Are you getting what I'm saying? So George Weah spent a lot of money to bring people out. Kumis is spending the same money to bring people out. The only person on that list over there that not spending any money to bring people out at JMB. JMB not spending any money. People will come out. Now, if you look at the population, like you said, how they call him, Moniba brought people out, Moniba get crowd. If you look among that crowd, will be the same people circulating though. Are you getting what I'm saying? Once you get the guys money, you say you can't dance behind me. The same people will still come and dance.
That's a fair argument.
They will come and dance. And the next day you will see that same people behind the other person, they will come and dance. So they feel that election time is a time that they can get some money out of people, and they are getting it. It's just that it will be for hand to mouth. That just all about it. But to tell anyone that this election we just go like first one, somebody have win Jawea. As much as we win Jawea, but it's not a joke. It's not going to be easy.
At least for the first time you said that.
He still got his popularity around in some area, especially in Morovia, and some area he still have it. And especially he is the president, that when he goes somewhere, you see people standing there and say he pull out crowd. Even if he makes crazy man or president, wherever the person go, people will go around to see them. Are they seeing him because he is crazy? Are they seeing him because he's president? That's the problem. Charles Taylor, with all the wickedness, when Charles Taylor used to go anywhere, you can't find place to stand. People will be there. Other people are looking at Charles Taylor to see, let me see the wicked man, where his name going all over. People go there to see him. You get to what I'm saying? Other people go there, they just like him. Think about it, when Taylor was leaving from Banga to come to Morovia, the population that went on, to meet him, to welcome him, the red light, nobody had put that kind of population. You don't even know where the human being came from. People say, people were afraid. Nobody was afraid to go in the street to look at Charles Taylor at that time. But people were clapping their hands for him. And how he won the election. So winning election in Liberia is not by surprise. Some people can say, you will see, we get silent voter. You get the people to the hall right now. Do you think when they go to vote that you don't want to use? It's not going to work. Winning election is practical, and you will see it open. You say the person will win. That silent voter that coming, they're not coming for you. Right. So I'm looking at this race, no matter what it is, it's still between the 3 people. But I'm worried about Kumis. If Akko man will not push Kumi a little bit down and take over his position. That's just my worry.
Thank you very much. You want to use the time to just close?
Yeah. I just want to say this to my brothers and sisters in Liberia today. Those are registered to vote. And the only reason that men like Joshua Power Sr., they now go to Liberia to vote because he realized that his party is not going anywhere. So he don't want to use a $1,000, $1,200 to go and waste it. And he worried about coming. So Joshua saw a goal to say, hey, I want for every Liberian to look at that. You are in Liberia. I know you in CDC. You are in different parties, but looking at certain parties that are not going anywhere, just tell and say, look, we love you. This is our party, but actually we carry our vote to JMB so he can knock this in one time. I need the money for the runoff. We can use it to improve JF here. Joshua did the right thing. Joshua paid his transportation to go to Liberia. He bought a plane ticket, and now he found out that they are not even getting ground. Even their stronghold that they say they want, like Grand Coup, they are worrying at that. Joshua said, well, if I take my 1,500 to go Liberia when I come, why will I tell my wife? It don't make sense. So he consulted with his wife. The wife said, sit down. This time around, it's not for you people. You're just sit down. And Joshua sat down. So I'm speaking to you people that in those, I know, Freeman Party, all the other 15 parties. They are not going nowhere. Nobody know them. So you just forget about them. You just put our vote together and click retire Jawia as Joshua had already agreed to retire Jawia. That's why he didn't go to vote for him. So just imagine somebody who is downhearted sedition have retired their president. How about you who are not downhearted sedition? Why would you want to do that? So my friend and brother Vagabond Sherry is regretting why he had to buy a plane ticket to go Liberia to vote because he wasting his vote. But then he want to be a committed man. I'm calling people go to that polling center tomorrow or Tuesday, vote. Please, no confusion. We are all Liberians. Even if your friends step on you and they don't want to tell you sorry, let them go. We saw what happened during the war. We suffer, and some of those guys that killed us, beat us. We thought that after the war they were going to be punished. Some of these guys are still passing around. We don't want to provoke anything anymore. Let us go to the polling center on Tuesday, eat your rice, go vote, come and lie down and listen to the radio. The result will be there. Those observers that are going, please make sure to protect your vote. Don't trust these guys. You can't trust sedition a minute. Don't trust them. Don't even trust your police. All right. Right now, they are doing well in Morovia. They are protecting our candidates, but you don't trust them. Please go out and vote for JMB. Forget about those people that are wasting their vote. We all should be together. We can do this, and the country will be stronger than ever. JMB all the way will bring investor in this country. The stealing investor away. Just imagine St. Jawia took over. No investor in the country. Those that he made them to run away. So please go out on Tuesday and vote. We'll be here to monitor you. Bye-bye. Mr. Power, I see you.
Yeah. So, Kola, I mean, you want to pick Jake, and then you can do your closing statement.
Well, let me just say thank you to Brother Bwaka. The process is very intense, and do not allow SAR to fool you. Do not allow connection to fool you. The process is tense because Liberia has a recycled political scenario. Most of our voters are recycled. Most of our politicians are recycled. So because they are recycled, we are like, you take the cup, you break it, you turn it into a glass. You turn the glass into a cup. And everything is like headed in the same direction. The same people. When you look at most of the time, most of these
NWSL regular season doesn't quite work out this year.
Joshua read it because I read it to talk about it. Now you can't come.
No, it was not me. That me. I mean,
yeah. Says Mami Baju, I don't want to agree with you, even though I'm speaking. He said Liberians should stay indoor and not go to vote. That is one of the most, in fact, she was said the wrongest decision ever. If you stay indoor and don't vote, the people that show up, even if the people can make the decision for the nation. So it is not a good thing for people to stay indoor. Nobody is going to kill anybody. Nobody is going to do anything to anybody. Let's Liberians show up in the numbers to vote for whoever your candidate is. The best way to remove Joshua is not by standing and cursing him. The best way to remove Joshua is not by standing and grumbling. The best way to remove Joshua is not by standing on podcasts and telling people he's incompetent. All of this we do can only influence people who want to make decisions. But we cannot move Joshua just by sitting here and talking. Sitting here and talking is not a requisite action that we're moving, but sitting here and talking can influence the minds of voters to make the right decisions. I am not a sedition and I'm not a sedition, right? But what I continue to say is that from the day I got to know Joshua, he has been a passionate guy, had love for home, but in power, like I said, power has the ability to change people from the normal self to something else. If you want to deal with religion, if you go into the Bible, you will read about people who were not kings. They were good. When they became kings, they became wicked, because power has its own way of changing the mindset of people. The true nature of people can be brought out by power. So when you give somebody power, you might not even know who they are, because they came to you, they want to vote, they will eat with you, they will dine with you, they will have the fun. But at the end of the day, when you give them power, the true nature of these people will be shown, will be exhibited on the outside. Predicting the election results, in my honest opinion as a Liberian, with the recycled crowds I have seen everywhere, when Joseph Boakai went in Lofa, they seen people that show up for Joseph Boakai. If you check, it would be 40 to 50%. They seen people that show up for Joshua. And like what Tony was saying, some of the people don't go there because they want these people. They go there because they just want to see them. Who is this person whose name is ringing? I remember there's an old lady that left my village. She wanted to hear who Charles Taylor was, who the man that brought the war that killed plenty of people. I just want to see him. You see, so everybody has reason. So for this cause, when these people move into the areas, a lot of people will show up. And these people show up, especially for the popular ones. We will consider the numbers that show up, the Joshua, the Boakai. But let's look at, and I tell people, don't be deceived by crowd politics. Crowd politics put Vani Sherman in the hospital 2005. I was part of the committee that drafted Vani Sherman. I was the coordinator for the entire Simple Rural Bank. Vani Sherman spent in that election even more than Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But what happened? He didn't win the election. So you see, spending, and I'm telling you, Joshua, on the day we certificated Vani Sherman to contest the election at the Moravia City Hall, Vani Sherman almost fainted on the stage in the City Hall. He said, I didn't know Liberian people love me like that. I said, fool, the people don't love you. That the money you pump behind the process. So you see, Liberian people will show up for different reasons, Joshua, not because they love you, several reasons, and these reasons are unpredictable. And because we are Liberian, we've seen severally that our people vote on several reasons, and not only on the basis of the financial impartation or influence you decide to bestow upon them. Let it be a caution that nobody can easily win the election in first round, except where the Liberians have decided or they have resolved on the otherwise, that this pretentious methodology that we all look at in the campaign processes was just the sophical, but they are prepared to demonstrate their votes in the day, on Tuesday. That would be the exception. Other than that, my brother, nobody is going to win first round. But if you ask me who's going to win the election in Liberia, in my honest opinion, I would say the opposition is going to win. The opposition is going to win Joshua. The Liberians are tired. The Liberians are tired with Samuel Tuer siphoning the resources of the country and giving, portion of it to Joshua and making Joshua feel that all is well. And let me tell you, Joshua's ability for check and balance as a manager is so diabolicalized. This guy does not have any mechanism for check and balance. A good manager does check and balance for every responsibility he negates to a person appointed by him to work. Joshua have never demonstrated it. And so because of that, a lot of the dirty water that wasting on Joshua today, honestly, was not Joshua himself. It was his inability to make the right decision at the right time, or to also do check and balances when mistakes were made. And so because of that, my brother, the Liberians are tired.
Thank you.
No, don't thank me here. Let me
I'll
just give you. No,
I'll close too.
no, you can't close. You the host. Let me close before you close. And let me tell you, let me give you a scenario how Joshua does not even do check and balance. Setuma is a senator who have led Bomi County for 9 years, the country that I'm from. Setuma has done nothing but care about himself. Joshua have not checklisted this guy. He has not evaluated this guy. And he allowed the guy to take him to Bomi under the morality of his contestation that he can be re-elected. What happened? When Joshua entered Bomi, they boo. And Joshua was confused whether the boo was for him or for Setuma. And you know what he said? He said, from today, I don't want to see Setuma behind me anywhere in my campaign. So you know why? That wasn't Setuma's fault. That was Joshua fought to know who he in fact having on it, around him that he's going to raise as a candidate for a representative, for senator. He has not evaluated any of these people. He allowed them to ride under the morality of the nomenclature that Liberians have placed his Joshua honor. The world best, Africa best, Europe best. Those are the things that the youth of Liberians have kept categorized and feel that Joshua is the best. So, my brother, when you closing, I want Liberian people to know that on Tuesday, because we're not coming on the show again until another Saturday, your show up. My sister, Mami Bayou, she has the right to be afraid. She said the people of Liberia don't know why are they voting for, because no one cares to know their problems or well-being. It's true. But you see, says Mami, until they can get to know what the problems, why these people they elect will not turn to them, but they turn their backs, is because they have not even sat to understand how to vote for these people. So because of that, they vote for people that, they according to Liberian people, show me your track record. The man will say, I build roads. The man will say, I have to build a clinic. When he become representative, he said, that's not my responsibility. So you see, you don't know the man's passion by what he has done because he did it. He probably did it because he wanted to get elected. When he gets elected, he defined his role to you now and not the things he did before he got elected. So Liberian people, you're shine your abo. Y'all go vote on Tuesday. You're hungry, you're not hungry, you'll show up, because when you're not vote, the wrong person will win. And y'all know that this election are opposition election. One of the opposition will win it, but not Joshua. Y'all don't vote for Joshua. Pay your, I hold your 2 for your 2 hand, your ear, your everything. Y'all don't vote for Joshua. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's what makes the conversation very unique. We have diverse view. You listen to the two gentlemen. One is for Joseph Boakai. One is passionate for Joseph Boakai, but you don't want to say it. But that is a fair argument. But this is my closing point. Growing up in politics, I admire Charles Taylor's style of leadership, and so I supported Charles Taylor. Not that I was a member of the NPP, but I supported Charles Taylor. When Charles Taylor surfaced, I loved Bronskin, and I supported Bronskin all through until 2017, when Bronskin declared that his supporter can decide who to vote for on the second round. And I listened to the gentleman, Walker and Joshua. And Joshua said, matter of fact, Joshua did not attend any of the campaign. But I was looking at consistency and being committed to leadership. Walker will fall apart with his boss. And I thought, this man cannot be trusted. And so I decided to support Joshua on the basis of his promise to build road. And my reason is this. Liberia was 170 years old before Joshua came to power. Liberia founded 1847, as we all may know, 1822 was established. Of those 1847 and up war, a small country like Liberia could not connect itself to Rome. I won the articles in 2020, 2021. I saw 8-lane road, first ever in my life. 8 lanes, 4 car going, 4 car coming. Right after Liberia. I saw 24-hour current, no generator. Next door to Liberia. So you cross look at two in the article. This it changed. I asked my bosses, are we still in Africa? They said, yeah, the Africa. I said, no. I know we just left from Liberia on Dusty Road. Checkpoint with rope and thing. How are we here now? Everything changed. Just next door. You drive from Liberia from Locatua to enter Africa on Dusty Road. When you enter Africa, it is not quota, it's not pavement, but they got gravel until you cross. Nice gravel road, no purpose. So when John said, I will build road, I said, but I think this is my God. Why? I work in rural community, rural counties. And I know what it takes to have a bad road. I slept on the road on many days. So when John said he will build road, I said, this is my God. And I decided to support George Weah. Amongst the many things that Boaga said, you should not recognize that Boaga is paying wire fee. That's a disservice. Every one of us here in America and I time we're working back home, most of our beginning are used to wash our car, wash our clothes. The major thing I was Brabi, I'm not paying my school fee, but I'm a wire fee. They will come to you. The parent can pay their school fee so that they don't get wire fee. So when they're selling, they can struggle with their school, but they don't get wire fee. George Weah took upon that burden. Not only paying wire fee, but George Weah also pay for tutorial classes. But my friends only now don't see them. They don't appreciate them. Compare Ellen Johnson time, the passes score to George Weah time. Ellen scored 58 as the average level or Liberian student who took the wire. George Weah scored 87. Only because the parents and those students don't have the burden on them to hustle for wire fee. But my brother don't see it. George Weah opened all public schools. Free. Register and go to school. I took AU entrance. I took AME Zion. I took AMEU entrance. Man, you know, AU on the our junior student. I'm getting the senior student. My last semester junior student, the senior student before I nicking on the AU. And I already going to senior student now in college. But now the enrollment at AU has increased. But these gentlemen, they don't see it. Roads are being built everywhere in Mosorado. I drove from Puebla and it started the road, Puebla right up the hill there. Right up the hill. After that hill, all the way down, I Dusty Road, Rocky Road. In 2022, I went to Liberia. I drove from that place all the way to Johnsonville on pavement. And the gentlemen, they don't see it. Folks, after today, I'm not campaigning again. Because I think I have told you more reason to vote for George Weah to continue this process. Number one, Liberia does not hold to the fact of government its continuity. If you don't vote George Weah, the RIA rule will not be completed. The projects that are George Weah is the only Liberian president on record, beside Doe, who completed the SKD to complete the predecessor project.
You don't want to say that because I can correct you on that right now.
Okay. My one example, Eddie broke down the door military defense ministry to build ministerial complex as if there is no land on Bombing Highway, Ralphie Highway, or Basel Highway. So if you don't vote for George Weah, all these projects that are on hands, the PSP project, it will not be completed. The Ralphie Highway, it will not be completed. So vote for development or promises. You don't want to vote for Joseph Boakai, who has been, look, I love the old man. He has worked, he has served this country. But at this time, he don't have it. The man has been remotely controlled by folks around him. just the feed the info here. They all make him from having a campaign, he tired. They put camera on him, man. They don't even brief him to say, oh, we are about to have press conference. Oh, this is what he's going to say. They put camera on him, man, and they say, Mr. Vice President, they put that thing having info here, come and speak. They may not know where to start from. Then they brief him on camera. If Boubacar wins, the young folks who were working in government and misuse the resources will use the old man. They will run his government. The reason why nobody came back to this JMB team is because she said the Pamela already old. We don't want to be running the team now. You know that can be said, we don't want to be for him because they have a plan. Maybe want to be protect. Maybe plan ready. Because since you couldn't get a vice president position, want to be protect. They will use Joseph Boakai. You will hate Boakai when he became president. So please, vote for George Weah for continuation of this project that he has already started. If George Weah term is over, these roads and infrastructure will remain with the Liberian people. After today, I'm not campaigning again. I'm not going to campaign again. I'm going to leave you with your conscience to vote. Choose Liberia over friends and over ethnic group and over your personal interests. Let Liberia be the ultimate priority for every one of us. I rest my case.
But you made a show bad because today being the last for real. Today being the last day, I don't even think we're supposed to go for 1 hour, almost 2 hours. This is supposed to be an intense program because I mean the way you say it with all the things you just said makes a lot of impactful analogy in our heads, and I mean we could look at it from a different perspective. I am not campaigning for a particular candidate. If I were, I would have dwelt my argument on the candidate like you just did. But I want you to know, brother, that the elections are not over. So until the elections are over, we need to create the awareness. How about we come tomorrow and just talk about other issues, because these things are necessary.
It's really a disservice to the Liberian people for Mr. Power, Joshua Power Senior, to sit here and telling us development Jowea will continue this, that. So are you going to develop the country and destroy the manpower? This is talking about if you're talking about any president that will be remotely controlled, it's just Weah, who has been controlled by Samuel Tuer or Len Eugene Nangbe. That's all. What are you talking about?
Joshua,
this is a man that's bringing drugs in the country. They are telling you that this person is doing this one, and he says nothing. Do you have a president that even if they're killing another person, he have nothing to say? And you're talking about president development? The man is only developing himself. Look at the houses he built for himself. Look at those guys. Look at the city mayor who could now even rent his own apartment. He is a millionaire now. And you're talking about they are doing good?
Boakai was
look at Magay. Look at Magay.
Boakai was janitor at LU.
Yeah, listen. Look at Magay. Magay did not have $25 United States dollars in his bank account when he took over the position. He is a millionaire. This is a man that buried his mother. Listen, this is a.
They don't do that to Magay was minister in Ellen government.
Listen, this is a man that buried his mother with I think 75 United States, 75,000. Can you imagine? And you are sitting there saying this kind of thing? These are the same people that stole the PTA money. Just recently, 2 years, they took over 17 million of the people money they ate it. And these are the people you're talking about, they should be in power.
Mr. Boakai, let me hold you. The other time you came on the discussion, and I think you met us in the middle, and I said something, and I want to add Joshua in this advocacy for President Weah's re-election. Gentlemen, I told you there are five. Our time almost over. But we the host. Almost over. We the host, my man. We can even get party statement. We still continue with the show. The show that us, right? I said we get weary talking. But let me tell you, Joshua. I said according to the United Nations, there are 4 pillars in the Security Council that are considered pillars of development in every country, right? I said, but globally there are 5 pillars, and I said, let me do it on the United Nations 4 pillars, and I want to ask you today, according to the United Nations, and that's my question to you, Joshua, because the reason why I'm asking you, if George Weah has been the most astute president, the president who has the ability that no other president has ever had, then that is remarkable. You know, maybe what we need to do is understand what extent has he gone to. Let's look at the 4 pillars of development. Joshua, don't mute your camera. Come back. I won't be talking to you behind camera. Joshua, you researching? I may come back on the phone, but you got to research. If I had a control, I'm going to put your camera on. So my people, while Joshua is behind the camera researching, I told him the other day, I said there are 5 pillars of development in every country that the UN sees as developmental pillars. And I said the first pillar of development, according to the United Nations Development Council, it says peace and security. Peace and security. Can Joshua government brag about peace and security in Liberia, that they upheld peace and security in Liberia? Can they brag about that? I know he's trying to research on it anyway, but it will enlarge the entire discussion. Can Joshua brag about human rights? Pillow. Did Joshua government achieve human rights records in Liberia?
No.
Can Joshua government brag about the rule of law in Liberia?
Gentlemen, let's
the last company. Hold on, before you go to gentlemen. The last company that y'all talk about all the time is development infrastructure. We build this, we build that. But there are several components that make a country development viable. Not just building houses or building infrastructure. It's the sanctity of the country. The sanctity of the country. The rule of law. If a country does not have rule of law, Zogo can just go on the street and shoot anybody, put anybody on a gunpoint, and you get nowhere.
Zogo have a press conference. Have you ever seen that? Zogo have press conference.
Oh. So that is the inept functionality of a government that we claim to be re-elected, that we're supporting to be re-elected. How can we support a government of re-election when there is no security in the country?
Yeah, I go.
Let's go about tomorrow, John.
Okay, no problem. Tomorrow I'll be sad. No problem. So bye to you people. Bye everybody.
A wonderful conversation. You're the gentlemen here supporting their own side. But at the end of the day, Liberia is the only place you must say have in common, regardless of the tribe and education and ethnic background. Let's support Liberia. Let's build and promote Liberia. Have yourself a very wonderful time. My name is J. Joshua Power. I've been joined by Anthony Boyka Sr. and James Conan Power Sr.
Man, you're not doing me favor. If you don't know my name, let me call my name. My name is Power Dakeme. I know.
Dakpana.
Come on, Dakeme name, man. What you doing so?
Dakeme. That's what you know, man. I see you tomorrow, man. All right, folks. Have a wonderful time. Let's have a good weekend. Let's have fun. Yeah. My wife loves this song so much. Beautiful crown music. He said, you don't see in the future, you don't predict tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're all hoping that Joshua, Boyka, or Kumi will win. But the song said, you can predict the future. You can see tomorrow. Let's go a little by little. Let's go small. Let's do it small, little by little. He said, this hill we are claiming is a spiritual hill. We don't run through it. You don't rush in life. You make it little by little. You know, beautiful song. The name is Alan Brown from Ground G. Folks, I want to say thank you for watching the year with us. We want to share this platform. Call in anytime you want to call in and make your contribution. Let's discuss issues that matter most in Liberia. We may all have our political affiliation and other beliefs, but at the end of the day, Liberia is the paramount ultimate goal for our conversation. God bless you. Amen. Holy Spirit, come down. The son of Mary, Mary's son. Let's speak our dialect. Mwade, say you are our mother. Oh, Mwade. He sound like a Cali, right? The Cali people believe in Mary and believe Mary's son and all that. Oh, Mwade, yeah. So you don't see the future. You don't predict tomorrow. You know, there's a Bible in Basel that say you can't predict a woman. They say, oh, the woman I marry her because she be good. No. You can only marry a woman because she beautiful, smart, attractive. But you can predict her behavior after the marriage. So you can predict. I love her. All right, folks. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.